Today we're making a creamy Alfredo sauce that's low in calories, low in carbs, and also dairy-free. Hey guys, I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and growing up, the chicken fettuccine Alfredo from Olive Garden was my go-to, but it's loaded with calories, loaded with carbs, and full of dairy. So I've developed a dairy sensitivity. So today I'm gonna share with you my go-to recipe to make a creamy Alfredo sauce that's also dairy-free. So the first thing we're gonna need for our sauce is cauliflower. So that is gonna be the main ingredient in our sauce. It's gonna give it the texture and really like that structure that you're looking for like in a sauce. Now you can get like a full head of cauliflower. This was, just makes life a little easier. We got a little bag with florets. We're gonna boil that. You want it like fork tender. You don't want it falling apart because then, huge mess, but you do want it fork tender. So my water is boiling. We're gonna get this in. Now I'm gonna show you, this is optional, but I definitely think that it's going to add taste to our sauce, and that is sauteing our garlic and onion. If you don't wanna saute it, you don't wanna take the time to do it, you can definitely just eat it, use it raw, but I'm gonna saute it because I love sauteed onions and garlic. I feel like it makes your house smell delicious, and it also just gives the food so much flavor. So let's move over to the stove, get this boiling, and we'll move on to the next step. We're just gonna toss everything in. Now, of course, you wanna be careful. I was gonna toss the whole bowl in, but safety, guys. Safety first in the kitchen. Okay, now we're just gonna let this boil for about 5 to 6 minutes or until fork tender. Now, while our cauliflower is boiling, I'm just gonna go ahead and saute our onions and garlic here. Just adding a little bit of avocado oil. Remember, this is the optional step, but I wouldn't leave it out. And now we're just gonna toss in our garlic. This is just fresh minced garlic. And we're gonna go ahead and saute this until the onions are nice and translucent. Okay, so while that's cooking back there, we're gonna go ahead and take my probiotics and prebiotics right here. So these are the ones by Seed. You guys know I am super obsessed with them. If you guys don't have a probiotic and prebiotic in your life, I'm gonna go ahead and leave these linked for you right down in the description below. I do have a discount code, which is Low Carb Love. These are great for your gut health. 70% of our immune system stems from our gut. So if you're having issues with your digestive issues, bowel movements, you get bloated after you eat, you have inflammation in your body, your hair's falling out, dry skin, that all stems from your gut. So this is a great place to start. I just take 2 a day, done. So cheersies. And that's it. 2 a day is all you need. I'll leave these linked in the description below for you. Use Low Carb Love at checkout, gets you 15% off site-wide. Take a look at the reviews. If you are like me, I am definitely that person. I'm always looking for reviews. These are always sold out, so definitely a great place to start. Probiotics and prebiotics are done. We're gonna go ahead, get our cauliflower out, and get started with our sauce. So we're throwing our cauliflower into our blender. Now we have our sauteed onions and garlic. And then we have some vegetable broth. And I'll leave the one that I use linked in the description below. We have avocado oil and fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now, as our cheese substitute, we are using nutritional yeast. So this one I just pick up from Thrive. Now, it's like this is the cheesy kind of creamy component to the sauce. This is usually used like Parmesan cheese, like in vegan recipes. So this is what we're using. We're gonna start off with about a tablespoon, and then I'll give it a taste and see if it needs a little more. And then we are doing a little bit of salt and pepper. So we have all of our ingredients in. Let's go ahead and blend this up. We're gonna start on low. Perfect. So this is the consistency we ended up with. I like mine a little thicker. Obviously, I feel like it kind of compensates for the dairy, like it being a little richer and heartier. But you can obviously add more broth. You can even add a little bit of almond milk. Like I'm giving you like a delicious recipe. Now in terms of texture and like how thick you want it, that's completely up to you. So look at this. And you can use shirataki noodles. You can use a low carb noodle, a gluten-free noodle. I'm gonna use a zoodle. That's just my personal preference. I feel like it's super light. I'm gonna show you how I make mine. super quick. So meanwhile, we make our zoodles. I'm gonna heat this up so that it's piping hot. So I'm just using these 2 zucchinis. You can just chop the top to make it a little easier, and we're just gonna go ahead and spiralize it. If you don't have a spiralizer and you know that you're actually gonna make use of it, I'll go ahead and leave it linked in the description below for you. But I use them all the time. You can do this with onion, with carrots. So this is what the zoodles look like, and you can cut them up. That's so pretty. You can cut them or leave them long, totally up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and spiralize both, and then we will get our sauce off the stove. And guys, you have a creamy homemade Alfredo sauce that just so happens to be vegan. And let's do this. Ooh, look at that. All right. Oh my gosh. This sauce tastes so good. You could literally eat this like a soup, like spoonfuls of it. So delicious. You can, it's actually creamy. Like it doesn't have, because I know you're probably thinking like, okay, the texture, the depth of the flavor. It is so like, it has like a thick richness to it. And I'm telling you, it's almost like a creaminess. It's so delicious. Again, this is my favorite pasta substitute. It's super neutral, so it really picks up the flavors of the sauce. Another thing is that Alfredo is usually a super heavy sauce. So when you combine the heaviness of the sauce with the carbs from the pasta, food coma 100%. So with a meal like this, you don't have to worry about that. Like you're gonna be light and just kind of like on your feet, and I don't know. For me personally, this is a 10 out of 10. I'm telling you, even if you're not dairy free, this is one of those recipes where you're going to love. So make sure you try it. I'm gonna leave the recipe in the description below. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And don't forget, share this recipe and the channel with friends and family that are living a low carb lifestyle. And also, if you have family members that are diabetic, most of these recipes on here are diabetic friendly. So make sure that you share the channel with them too. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.